Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with,
Bradley.
and the critters, of course. It is May 21st, 2021. Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay, yay, yay. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay. Friday.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Wow.
It is 1:07 p.m. And yes, I colored my hair. I put that very, very dark red on it, which blended in perfectly with the black. See, what I'll be doing gradually is stepping down in the color. So it will be able to continue to grow long and not look like a skunk
Uh,
until I'm ready to be completely white. But, I knew I could do it. I have a background in it. I trained in it for a year, was licensed and a whole bit in Wyoming. So I'm like, my bangs I cut them pretty short, but I like my bangs short. So, yeah, but I got good coverage. I took extra time with this area because I always seem to kind of miss it. So I'm very happy with it. You can't see it. Not really. It depends on your resolution on your thing, but it's an extremely dark red cherry type. So very happy with it. So now I don't feel so ugly. I felt really, how we women are when you feel like I don't want to go out of the house or anything. Yeah. So anyway, things are going well here. We kind of took yesterday off because we worked our butts off last Sunday, and usually we take Sundays totally off. But we had a number of things we needed to catch up on, and it just seemed like we just ended up working all that day. So, that was really nice. I sat and watched a new series called Buried by the Bernards on Netflix. Not a very good series. It's a family-owned funeral home. And I normally like those kind of shows, like the Casketeers and stuff. It was a really good one. This one is not. And I would be very offended if I had a loved one in their care and those younger ladies acted the way they do. Very unprofessional stuff. So, it seemed more like a comedy act. So, and then, of course, we had to watch some police chases, some body cams, some dash cams, and then we watched did we watch 2 or 3 episodes of Criminal Minds?
Two.
2 or 3?
We started watching 3, but you were really tired.
Oh, yeah, I was getting really super tired. When I take my night meds, because, thank you, honey, excuse me, I gotta get all the insulin. When I take my night meds, I'm pretty much toast. And so are you, but, well, not you. You were up late.
I was up till 5.
What, pain? On your back or your hip?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Sorry.
I couldn't find the back and body, so.
You could have woke me up, babe. I would have.
But
I don't know where that back and body is back there, babe.
We'll have to bring some.
Oh, I think I know where it is. But
when you're done talking,
yeah,
I want to tell them about my phone calls yesterday.
Okay, I will, honey. Okay. Calm down. Even not a happy camper. But yeah, when I take my night meds, normally I am just kind of toast. Just like I take my meds, I go to the restroom, I do what I have to do, and then I need to be back in the bed because Brad worries. I sit at the edge of the bed, and I usually sit kind of cross-legged. That's just how I am. Even though I'm 56 and an overweight woman, I'm pretty flexible still. But he worried about me falling asleep and falling forward. And I would hit his bed rail, even though it's a little bit padded. It's not padded enough that it wouldn't do some damage. So I try to get back far enough on the bed, and if I fall asleep, I will just kind of fall naturally. So sometimes I'll just fall straight back and like I'm laying there and I'm talking to him and I'll fall asleep. But yes, I'm pretty well toast. So
And then you tell me you weren't sleeping.
Yeah, I always tell him I'm not sleeping. He goes, honey, you're snoring. And I was like, I did not think I was sleeping, but evidently I was. So, oh, and I colored my hair last night while we were watching shows and stuff. So then after so long, I'm like, I gotta go shower. So I really do like that Nutrice hair coloring system because they don't have the oil in with it, and then it always give you a nice deep conditioner to put on your hair, and that's really nice. So it's probably my favorite hair color there is. So what was I gonna say? So today we're just gonna be Brad's gonna be working in the hallway and he's gonna be pulling out some boxes for me to go through. We're still unpacking. I know it's been 6 months, but we've had a lot of stuff going on. Even I was depressed for a while. And Brad's had some issues to work through, and then we had health issues and et cetera, et cetera. So you know it's taken us a while, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. There's not a race. Some people, I usually get a house unpacked pretty fast, but this time it's taken longer. And this time I'm letting Brad have more of the lead. And, because one of the things I've come to realize is that if your husband is suddenly home, they miss that work, especially if they were in management, which Brad always was in basically management. Even if he wasn't the manager, he would be in the bossy. He's the bossy beach.
Oh,
And he is by nature. And so giving them things that you're like, hey, this is all you. I will follow your lead on this. And then there's other things where you're like, can you follow my lead on this? And it takes a while to get a good working compromise that where they still feel fulfilled. Like, I follow his lead out on the kitchen. He does most of the cooking, though I'm the one that, like, he likes to have me organize the fridge and clean out the fridge and all of that. I do most of the housework. He does the cooking and the dishes, and then he'll help me with stuff if I need help carrying stuff. He'll load up his rollator with numerous amounts of things, right, hon?
yeah.
And but it's a good working compromise, but it takes a while. Brad really does miss. See, what happened was like when Brad suddenly had to retire because could not work anymore. Um, then they feel unfulfilled. They worked all their life, right? And they don't really know what to do now. And I was used to managing the house, and I was used to being home alone. And then all of a sudden, you have this beast home, and he doesn't really know what to do with himself. He's bored as all get out, right, hon?
Uh huh.
And so it takes a while to find a compromise, something that really works well for both of you. And I believe we finally have found it. So I'm still making hats. So I'm gonna put that out there. If any of you guys want to do knitwear and send it to me, I am going to try and figure out where I was at on the hats for 50 states. That may take a while. And if any of you guys happen to remember what state I was on, or if you have recollection of the last video I did showing the hats that were going out and where we were at, that would be awesome. I can find it. It's just going to take a while to find it, because I do vlogs. Not as often now as I used to, but I'm hoping to get more into it. But, I would like to pick that back up and finish it. I know we were on, what do you think, we were on 38 or something?
Something like that.
We were 35, between 35 and 38 states in. We were in pretty far, so, I'm going to start that back next fall. And you guys do knitwear, if you want to send it to me, what I did before was I put everybody's knitwear, whether it's one hand or 20, or if you're doing mittens, scarves, any kind of gloves, if you like doing socks, lap blankets, any kind of knitwear it can even be washcloths or whatever, because we usually donate to like homeless shelters. So, and sometimes they have a program a lot of times where they help people reestablish into an apartment and stuff. Well, these people have nothing. So, don't worry about that. Whatever you send is great. No pressure. I have a wonderful friend, Jackie, who is going to send hats from the UK even, because that helps her right now. Please say prayers for her, her family, and her beautiful son, Daniel, who is terminally 13. He's really going through a lot of stuff, and this helps keep her mind off of what is happening.
Daniel is a tremendous
Yes,
inspiration.
that little boy has known nothing but a lot of surgeries, medical treatments, and pain, and yet wakes up being grateful every day. And we can all learn a valuable lesson from him.
Yeah.
And from his mom. And I really marvel at how she is and stuff. So say prayers for them, because, like Brad always says, parents should never have to bury children. So, but yeah, so getting that back going, and I'm still doing that, even though I'm gonna not even pretend that I'm not in a lot of pain every day, especially at night because of my shoulders, and my arms have severe arthritis. And Brad will tell you a lot of times at night I'm almost in tears. Sometimes I am in tears.
Yeah.
And he will put muscle rub on both my shoulders and down my arms, and that helps. And then I have to watch how much NSAIDs I take because of my kidneys. Charlie, Ann, enough. Come here, Charlie. Charlie, come here.
It's okay.
Come here. Put the hair down on your back. Come here.
It's okay, Charlie.
Sorry, it's real life. He thinks he's guarding the entire universe, and how dare people walk down the street? Right, Charlie? Say it is not cool, right? Hi, guys. Love you both. But, yeah, so I'm getting that going. Even though, like I said, the shoulder pain and stuff is immense, I'm going to have that worked on. Both of those, but I'm going to wait till after Brad gets his surgeries going and get some help, and then I will go down the road and have the shoulders looked at and see what we can do, whether it's injections or shoulder repairs or whatever. It used to be just the left one, but it's the right one too, and sometimes it even makes kind of the fingers and stuff go kind of tingly and numb. And I get a lot of Charlie horses with the muscles. So it is what it is. You just do the best you can, you know. Brad will even see. That's why sometimes at night, hon, I'm laying my phone down flat on my bed and playing a game instead, because even holding it hurts. Kind of weird. So, what else, honey?
Last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Brad talk about his foray last night.
Last night, our internet went out.
Again.
And we are through Suddenlink. And, as many people as badmouthed Xfinity and Comcast, I really wish we had them back.
Mm-hmm.
But I called the help desk to report that our internet was that our Wi-Fi or internet was out, and I was on there for about 15 minutes, and I hate getting the runaround from computers, and so finally they had sent me to a representative and I could hear people talking in the background, and I kept saying hello, and nobody would pick up. So I listened to that for about 10 minutes, and finally I hung up, tried again, and I finally got a representative, and the gentleman's name was Leonard, or so he said his name was, and Leonard said he was in London, and I said I would after talking to him for a few minutes, I told him I would like to speak to somebody in the United States. And he said, we're not allowed to do that. And I said, yes, by law, if we call a help desk and they are in a foreign country, we have the right to ask for somebody in our country. Well, he and I argued about this for several minutes.
Yeah, he was something else.
And he kept asking me what I was calling for, and I said I'm calling for a supervisor. When I couldn't get anybody, when he wouldn't transfer me to somebody in the United States, and like I said, we kept arguing for quite a bit, and I could feel myself starting to lose my temper, which I hate. Um, and then finally, Leonard told me that he was in the United States.
He moved while they were on the phone.
Yeah, and I said, Leonard, you just told me that you were in London. Oh, no, I'm from London. That's not what you told me. And I said, if you're going to lie to me about something like that, how can I be confident that you're telling me the truth about anything else? And so finally, Leonard from London hung up on me. And I tried calling back 3 or 4 more times. And finally, I got a hold of either she had a great accent or she was definitely from the United States. I got a hold of a lady called Brittany. She answered all my questions. Brittany was absolutely wonderful, and it helped talking to somebody like that to get my temper to go away. But if anybody knows or can confirm about if you're calling a help desk and you're calling to another country, if you ask.
Well, she told you that yes, they are supposed to transfer you.
Yeah. So.
I remember that.
Okay. Yeah, it was just, I was tired, and by the time I got to her, I was grumpy, but, I hope I didn't take any out on her.
No, you didn't.
And I did apologize to her, but yeah, we've had more problems with Suddenlink than any other cable company we've dealt with. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done on my soapbox.
You have a right to talk to somebody that you can understand, and that knows what you're talking about over here in the States. I mean, I don't want to give out my personal information either as somebody I don't,
Yeah.
know. I mean, heck. Anyway, I was working on my diamond painting while Brad was talking, doing his grandmother right now. Picture of his grandmother. So, but yeah, we don't really have any plans for this weekend. Today we'll pull some boxes out and go through them. Tomorrow we'll do the same.
And actually, tomorrow I would like to get out and move those shepherd's crooks.
Well, as long as you give me 4 boxes to go through, great.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking for.
Okay.
Today 5 and tomorrow 4.
Okay.
And that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to move that wagon of dirt too. Oh, and you were going to plant some peonies.
Yeah.
He's got 20 peony bulbs that he needs to plant. I need to plant that lavender. We need to decide on that.
Okay.
Are
you going to want it in a container or?
I have those little metal containers, remember?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll have to see. I bought some pots for those. That's why I bought certain pots. So,
okay.
we just have to see how we're going to hook them to the railing and back.
Yeah.
So that's my issue. Anyway, the next door they cut down this great big beautiful tree, which I hate to see happen. And then now they're grinding out the stump. I think they're going to move a double wide in next to us. I'm not sure, you know.
Well,
But whatever.
We were wondering how they were going to do that.
That's how they're going to do that.
Yep.
So, you know, who knows? But yeah, we don't really have any plans for this weekend. Hanging out, doing chores. And then Monday, Brad's got wound care. I was supposed to have an appointment with my cardiologist Monday, but I canceled it because the only reason that she has me coming in is to check the edema in my legs, and I can check that myself without paying you $40 each time I come in to see her. Since she's a specialist, it's $40. There for a while, she's having me come in once a week. Yeah, add that up per month. I was like, my primary care doctor, who I'm going to see in a couple weeks anyway, can handle going over my edema and my medication with me. Basically, you guys have me adjusting my medication as my swelling is, as is. So I'm not going to her for a heart problem. My heart, they ran all those tests, and my heart is good. It's a little stiff, but not anything to warrant any kind of surgical intervention or any kind of medication even. My oxygen is 98 to 99, so like they say, they wish theirs was as good. So, I'm not going to her. That would be something a nephrologist would adjust anyway. And I don't see my nephrologist until August. So, until then, I will have my primary care doctor take care of that. So, we just paid off anyway. you know. So, yeah, Brad's got wound care Monday, and then Tuesday you have your first assessment with the PT.
Oh yeah.
With physical therapy.
Yeah.
Which I won't go with him to physical therapy because it's physical therapy, and he can drive himself there and go. So it right there where his orthopedic doctor is anyway. So that'll be good. Right, honey?
Yes. And it took us forever.
Yeah, we told you guys about that.
Yeah.
And we would love to find a swimming pool as we open stuff back up. I hope that we'll be able to find and join like a swimming pool that you can go, just swim in and get some good therapy in that. We both really enjoy the water, and that would be lovely. I If I were to do anything in this trailer, two things we would do is we would take out the bathtub in the master bath and have just a walk-in shower, and then I would love to have a garden tub. If we were ever do like the other bathroom, if we could move things around or something, I would love a garden tub. Probably will never happen, or a hot tub. That probably will never happen either. But a girl can dream. Right, honey?
Yeah.
Probably be easier to get a hot tub.
Yeah.
I'd want a little fence, partially around it for some privacy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys are having a great day and you're gonna have a great weekend. Remember that, there's always somebody else in. You should always feel grateful for your life as it is, even with your hardship, because there's always somebody else that so much is going through so much more. And what we should do is be helping each other. And that's just the way I feel. Love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I think you guys are awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.
Are you ready?